Hello, everyone, and welcome to this health chat. And tonight we're going to be talking about immune health. I know that's a topic that is very important all the time. It's an important topic, but especially now it seems to be a topic of particular interest for a lot of people. So there's a lot of things that impact our immune systems. Everyday stress, nutritional deficiencies, pollution, and fatigue, they can all really challenge your immune system. So our plan here is not to be reactive. We're not going to be talking about things to do, just when you get sick and all kinds of different therapies and remedies. And we'll be talking about those things, but the main part of our focus is going to be on prevention. We always hear that saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And it's true. It's better to work on building a healthy immune system, building up your health, keeping yourself strong, taking strong, positive, proactive steps with tangible things to help your immune system stay strong. So that's what we're going to focus on in this webinar. So the immune system, just a quick little rundown on what the immune system, on how it works. This is very, very simplified, but basically there's 4 levels of defense. The first level is basically the sanitary moat, we're going to call it. Now that's your skin. So it's a pH balanced mantle. There's a little oily layer on your skin. And that's the first kind of level of defense against invaders. The second level of defense would be called the internal protective wall. That would be like your probiotics in your GI tract and in your mucosal membrane in your body. So the GI tract has a lot of probiotics. We're going to talk about that as well. And that's like your second level of defense. The third level of defense would be the well-trained infantry. These are the soldiers. They're made in your bone marrow, and these are your white blood cells. So we're going to talk about that as well. And the fourth level, every cell is designed to have internal power. So these are incredible little, incredible soldiers, I guess, and they produce interferon to protect itself and its surroundings. So we'll be chatting about that one a little bit as well. So there's 4 levels of defense, and each level needs to be supported in order for it to be working optimally. So the first level, just the oil and the bacteria that lives on your skin, you want to protect that and not wipe that layer off. So if you're using something that is not pH balanced on your skin, or if you're swimming in chlorine, then you're going to be drying out your skin. You're going to be removing that pH balanced layer that is on your skin. So using pH balanced products that come in contact with your skin is very important. Things like Basic H for washing your floors or whatnot, using dishwash liquid that is pH balanced. And the hand wash concentrate that we offer is also excellent for washing not just your hands, but your entire body as well. And it's pH balanced, so it does not remove that acid mantle layer. The second level of defense is your probiotics. And there's a lot of talk about probiotics. We'll be getting more in depth about that a little bit later. The third level is the white blood cells. So white blood cells, there's a lot of materials that your body needs to actually make these white blood cells. It needs a lot of vitamin C, E, B complex, a lot of protein, vitamin D, and zinc. It needs all of these things in optimal levels in order for them to be working really strong for you. So you want to make sure that you're getting enough fruits and vegetables, enough foods that have these nutrients in them so that you can have a strong infantry. Now the white blood cells are produced in the bone marrow. There's red blood cells, white blood cells, and your platelets. And the white blood cells are the ones that we're going to have particular interest here tonight. And we could get into a whole big science lesson here, but we're going to keep it very simple. There's the frontline generalists. They're the first response, and they go in and they kind of take care of things, clean things up, whatever. Those are the phagocytes. And then you go to the specialist, which is the lymphocytes. And in the lymphocytes, you're going to see B cells, natural killer cells, T cells. These ones it's just so incredible how the whole immune system works. But just one thing that we really need to know is that if you don't have enough raw materials for your B cells to even make the antibodies that they need to make, I mean, they can't make the antibodies. So what do your B cells need? What are those raw materials? It's proteins. So a lot of people who are on very low protein diets really need to be working at getting optimal protein every day in their diets so that your body has those important raw materials that it needs to make your antibodies. The last one there is interferon. And so what is interferon? Interferon is made in the core of a healthy cell, and it's created to protect the DNA and the RNA. Interferon is also sent out into the bloodstream to increase the speed and the numbers of the white blood cells. So the interferon directly impacts the natural killer cells, which is really interesting because anyone who's dealing with cancer or really degenerative disorders, they want, especially with cancer, they want to have a lot of natural killer cells because these natural killer cells go after abnormal cells and eat them up, destroy them. So it's very good to have a lot of these, the natural killer cells active when they need to be. And then interferon is the thing that really helps to get them working harder. Now, our immune system also naturally weakens as we age. So today we're hearing a lot of people who are age 60 and older or 70 and older and that are much higher risk if there happens to be any viruses or anything going around. And that's always been the case. And that's because as they get older, they need to be far more intentional about supporting their immune system. They're getting less activity, which will depress your immune system, but also their digestion is not optimal. They're getting fewer nutrients from the already lower amount of caloric intake. And they also generally do not absorb protein very well. So the protein intake is very low. I mean, I know a lot of seniors, and if I look at how much food they eat and how much protein they're getting, it's not enough. And so if we really want to help support that, again, it's very important to just be supporting that with more healthy foods that have high in protein intake. So a couple of different tips here. I'm going to just run through a quick 10 little tips, and we'll go more in depth in these things as well. But here's a few tips just to help you support your natural immunity. Number one, get a good night's sleep. And if you have a hard time sleeping, there's a few different tips you can use. One is, of course, shut off all electronics, at least an hour before you go to bed. Another one is just getting enough activity and exercise that helps you get a better sleep at night as well. Magnesium, Vital Mag before bed has been known to help people relax and get better sleep. And Recover Complex from Shaklee. This helps a person get longer periods of deep sleep. It's been really great for a lot of people who just really struggle with staying asleep. And this seemed to help them get longer periods of deep sleep because it naturally helps your body make melatonin. Sipping on tea, that will help reduce your stress. And it also helps to kill germs because the hot water will help to kill germs in your system as well, in your throat. And it soothes the throat as well. Hot lemon drink is one of my favorite drinks to do. So you take a lemon, you squeeze it so you get fresh lemon juice, a tablespoon of honey, an ounce of apple cider vinegar, and some hot water. And you just sip on that if you feel like you have a sore throat or a cold coming on. It's a great thing to drink. Get a protein fix. Provide the nutritional support that you need. Take your probiotics. Wash your hands often. Now, I know a lot of people are talking about antibacterial, soaps, but I find that they actually, they really dry your hands out, and they're actually not proven to remove all the germs. So if you're in a pinch, that's all you have to use, yes, use it. But if you can wash your hands and wash them properly, hot water and any kind of a soap works far better than anything else. So washing your hands properly is better than using all these antibacterial agents. Avoid touching your face with your hands, and that's just so that you don't get the viruses or anything into your mouth or so they can't enter your system. Wipe down your cell phone because there's a lot of germs on a cell phone, so wipe that down. Avoid simple carbs and sugar. That will depress your immune system and also will feed bad bacteria in your system. So just avoid simple carbs and sugar and get active. That will help to boost your immune system, and it also helps to boost the feel good or the serotonin levels in your body. which are known as the feel-good hormones. So very good, 10 quick little tips to follow. Optimal nutrition is the key to maintaining a healthy immune system. Immune system cells rely on nutrients to stay healthy and strong. Protein, again, is especially important. So choose your lean meats, fish, poultry, or choose optimal amounts in a variety of plant proteins. Fruit and vegetables contain nutrients that your body really need. They're essential, such as antioxidants, vitamin C and A, and minerals, including zinc and magnesium. Especially zinc is important right now. Eat healthy fats, your omega-3 fatty acids, and your monounsaturated fats like olive oil, raw nuts, raw seeds, hemp hearts, chia seeds, milled flax seeds, and avocados are very good foods to make sure that you're having every day in your food. Make a few changes in your diet. So if you avoid the mucus producing foods, especially wheat and dairy. So if you're having anything with sinus congestion, if you're having any kind of congestion or mucus buildup, avoid wheat and dairy for sure. And work towards eating 6 to 9 vegetables a day. Now, we can try to eat as healthy as possible. And I know, a lot of Canadians, we might be trying to eat, according to what was the Canada Food Guide. But here's how short we're falling with our nutrient intake. Vitamin D is very low. We're very deficient in that. Zinc, we're low on that. We're low in pretty much every mineral, every vitamin and mineral here. And our body just cannot work optimally this way. Now, what I always say to people too is this is just the minimum requirements. This is what they're saying that we need just to maintain a certain level of health. If you are sick or if you have health challenges, sometimes you need up to 7 times more of a nutrient just to help your body be well again. So if you're not even eating what you need just to maintain, how do you expect your body to ever recover or repair? So we can try to eat healthier to get more of our nutrients, but the amount of calories that we'd have to intake these days to get the same amount of nutrients that we would have gotten maybe 100 years ago has greatly increased. So it's very hard to get all of the nutrients that we need just from our food alone. So we really recommend supplementation. Now it's hard to supplement as well because the market is flooded with all kinds of products and claims and great promises. And I always call them lying labels because you look at the label and you think you're getting something really good, but you have no idea what's actually in that bottle, which is really, it's really sad actually, because you're a consumer and you want to be able to trust the marketing, but we can't really trust it. A lot of companies are just looking at their bottom line, just, how to make a sale. So here is an example, recent omega-3 contamination. So there was a lawsuit. All of these companies were named in the lawsuit because all of these products were contaminated with PCBs. Now that's one of the reasons why I really like this company. They are Beyond Organic. So in 1997, due to my own health issues, I found this company because I was so tired of using all different brands, not really knowing exactly, am I getting what is on the bottle? Is it actually being absorbed? So I called a lot of different companies, asked them different quality questions, and if they could guarantee to me that what is on the label is going to be pure and active, and I'm going to get it to my body can absorb it. And I didn't get good answers from anybody except from Shaklee. So there's other good companies out there, but this is the brand that I trust with all of their products, just because of the purity, the potency, and they can give me the proof. So they do far more tests on their products than they need to. They do over 350 tests on all their new botanicals that come in, over 100,000 annual quality tests. And again, they're Beyond Organic. So the quality is really good. It's not just the quality that's in the bottle. The other thing that I love what they do is they make sure that they are always in harmony with nature. They make sure that whatever is in their bottle is how your body is going to use it the best. So they're not worried about, you getting more, just more greens and vegetables, whatever in your body. Shaklee is focusing on getting you the nutrients that you need. So what is the best way for you to get these nutrients, and what's the best way that these nutrients are going to be absorbed? So they took B complex, for instance, and they studied the B vitamins, which is a family of 8, and they studied all 8 of those bees to see how are they absorbed best in the body. And they found out that some bees will, that the bees will compete for each other, with each other for absorption. And if you get too much of one bee, you'll actually block another. So they found the perfect little ratio of all this little family of, the 8 bees and how they play best together. And that's how they put them into our formulation. And that's why I hear from so many people that when they switch over to this brand of B complex, that they find better results. It's just because of how it's how it's processed, it's the ratio that they're in, and it's because Shaklee guarantees the absorption. So they have everything you need for healthy nutrition, healthy weight, beauty, and healthy home. They also have great supplements for your kids, just to make sure that your kids are getting everything that they need. But right now, I don't want to focus on all of that. I want to focus mainly on just the immune system and 5 main areas that really will help to support your immune system. So again, of course, the basics are get sleep, wash your hands, drink enough water, eat a clean diet, and eliminate avoidable toxins. So those are the basics of lifestyle things. But 5 more areas that you can really be intentional about to give extra support to your immune system. So we're going to talk about those 5 things. First of all, what is the foundation that we're going to build on? So we talked a little bit about protein. And the protein, again, is so very essential. And what I use every day is the Life Shake. And it's just a healthy immune supporting meal replacement. And it's packed with protein, 23 essential vitamins and minerals. Well, there's 20 grams of easy to digest, complete plant protein in there. And it's a really good start on the amount that I need. The average adult needs at least 80 grams per day. Now, the other thing that you saw in that picture there was a vitamin strip. And it's just a convenient way to get some extra zinc, vitamin A, C, D, probiotics, some omegas are in there as well. The stress relief complex, that is also, to me, that's becoming a foundational thing. There's so many people that need this one. And it really helps manage your body's reaction to stress, which can have a negative impact on your immune response. Stress relief complex blocks the effects of stress and helps the mind go from wired to focused and relaxed. And that is a real favorite for a lot of people. Optiflora DI, we'll talk about that more in a bit. But again, this adds good bacteria to your gut, and it's one of the most important things for supporting your immune health. So just back to the proteins for a minute. Why is that so important? Why do I keep talking about protein? Because again, you need the essential proteins. It's the raw materials, it's the building blocks for your body to make all of your healthy cells, including digestive enzymes, antibodies, hormones, everything. So if you're not getting those raw materials, you can keep trying to stimulate your body with different therapeutic things and herbs and lotions and potions, whatever. You can do whatever you want to try to stimulate your immune system. But if the raw materials aren't even there for the body to make what it needs, then you're kind of just beating a tired horse. So I always say to people, you have to start with the foundation. So get enough healthy proteins in your food. If you're going to be doing more plant proteins, then make sure that you are getting a good variety of different types of proteins, because plant proteins, except for soy, are not complete. And that just means that there's 9 essential amino acids the body cannot create and it needs to get it from food. But not all foods have all 9 of those essential all of the amino acids in them. So you need to just blend your foods a little bit. So, and the other thing is just to see, I know this is hard to see here, but something like a cup of quinoa has 8 grams of protein. Black beans has, I believe that's 15 grams of protein. Kidney beans, 13 grams. Tofu, 12 grams. So chickpeas, a cup of chickpeas is 12 grams of protein. So the amount of protein that you have to eat to get 80 grams of protein every day, it might add up to a lot of calories. And so again, that's why I really appreciate having this shake in my life, because it's cheaper for me than chicken or meat, and it's convenient. And to get all the nutrients that I would get from this shake, it would cost me about $21 at the store. So this is my foundation every day, and I build on that with a lot of other protein foods, healthy plant protein options. The shake is also kosher, vegan, low carb. It's non-GMO, but there's also non-soy options. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, just has a lot of great benefits to it. One of my favorite things about this one, though, is, again, the way Shaklee processes it. So there's all kinds of protein powders out there, but the quality, it's what goes on beyond the label that we have to know about. And one of the huge things about how Shaklee processes their protein is that they water wash it. So some proteins are alcohol washed, which not only removes the beneficial isoflavones, but also creates a cross-contamination with the chemicals used to process it. Shaklee protein is water washed, so it retains the active isoflavones, it's genistein and daidzein, and they help with bone density and regulating hormones, and they help to prevent cancer. Those are really important isoflavones that you want to have active in your soy protein. And the Shaklee is the only one that I'm aware of that does the water wash process. So quality does count. Quality determines results. So that's the foundation. And now we're going to work on these next 5 here. Probiotics represent at least 70% of your immune system. In a healthy person, there should be 10 times more probiotics than cells in our body. There's about 1 trillion cells in your body, so you need about 10 billion probiotics. Now, it's not just the probiotic bacteria that's important, or it's not just the genus that's important. The most important thing to know about your probiotic that you are taking is the strain. So the genus is, people will say, I'm taking Acidophilus and Bifidus, whatever. Okay, that's fine. But which strain is it? So you have to know the genus, the species, and the strain. And studies show that health benefits are strain specific and only really applied to species. So it is important to choose a probiotic containing a specific strain rather than only looking at the species. So Shaklee makes sure that they research this and then they put in the most beneficial strains in each one of their probiotic products. There is between maybe 500 and 1,000 different strains or different species of probiotics. I mean, this is a huge topic. So I'm thankful that I don't have to rely on myself to do all of the research. I'm thankful I can rely on Shaklee, that I know that they're doing the research that needs to be done. Probiotics, a lot of capsules dissolve in the stomach, and the stomach acid destroys the good bacteria, so they don't arrive alive either. So it can say on the bottle that it has, 5 billion different probiotics in there, but maybe they put those in there. It doesn't mean that it's alive, that it's been stabilized properly, so it's that all of those probiotics are still alive on the shelf, and it doesn't mean that they're all going to arrive alive in the gut where they're needed. A lot of probiotics that have to be refrigerated have not been properly stabilized, and it means that when you take them, don't expect to get the full amount of probiotics that it says on the label. So there's a lot of different brands of probiotics out there, and again, it can be very very confusing, but again, you have to really look at beyond just the label and really trust how are they doing their stabilizing, their processing, and how are they guaranteeing that it's actually going to deliver through digestive enzymes and arrive alive in your gut. So the Optiflora Pearl is one option that Shaklee has, and this has 2 different critical strains of good bacteria. There's 250 million CFUs of Bifidobacterium and 250 million CFUs of Lactobacillus acidophilus. And this one has a patented triple layer encapsulation so that it survives the stomach acid, because these are 2 different strains that are very sensitive to the stomach acid, and they would be, most of them would be killed passing through the stomach acid, and they wouldn't arrive alive. So Shaklee has protected these ones so that the coating releases when the bacteria arrives where it needs to be. This one does not have to be specially encapsulated because these are different strains of bacteria that can survive the stomach acid, and they will arrive alive where they need to be. So it's, again, a very interesting topic, these little bacteria. So Optiflora DI stands for D, digestive health, and I, immune health. So these are 4 different really powerful strains of bacteria. There's 10 billion bacteria, CFUs of bacteria in each capsule. And it is tested to survive the stomach acid again. And it's really good. This has been shown to be really good for digestion, immunity, and also for mood, and also for nutrient absorption. So this is one of my favorites. And if you're taking both of the products, you would be getting 6 different strains of beneficial bacterias. Now, just a quick little story here. A few years ago, I was going through a lot of different stressful, I was in this, I had a lot of stress going on, a lot of different stressful situations. And my digestion was not going very well, because when you're dealing with stress, then your digestion will shut down. And so I was taking a lot of different supports for digestion. Then Shaklee came out with this Optiflora DI, and I started taking it, and I couldn't believe the difference. I had, no matter what I was eating, it seemed like I was just bloating out from food. And when I started taking this DI, all of a sudden, like, oh, I'm digesting foods better, things are working better. And eventually I could stop taking all of the digestive supports that I was taking, and I was good with just the Optiflora DI. So I was really impressed with the quality of that one. So that's the probiotics. Vitamin D. Vitamin D, you may have seen this on Facebook, or you may have seen this study here and there. There's a study that was done that proved that vitamin D was more effective than the flu vaccine. Vitamin D has also been proven to help for immunity, definitely, but also helps for balancing your hormones, for inflammation, helps reduce heart disease, helps reduce certain cancers as well. So you really want to make sure that your vitamin D is not in the lower end of the normal range when you're getting your blood work done. You want to make sure that if in the States, usually they have the numbers 81 to 100, you want to be between those numbers. And in Canada, you want to be between 201 and 250, as close to 250 as possible. And that's where you want to make sure that your vitamin D is, and that it stays there. Garlic is one of my favorites. I love this one. Other people might not love it on me so much, but this one is great. It really helps to fight viral and bacterial infections. In World War II, garlic was used to prevent gangrene when the penicillin and sulfa drugs ran out. Russia called garlic nature's penicillin during a massive influenza epidemic in Moscow in 1965. An emergency airlift of 500 metric tons were brought in, and the influenza epidemic was stopped cold. So this is a powerful little food here. It is called nature's wonder drug. It helps for circulation. It's anti-yeast, antifungal. It's a natural diuretic. My main love for this one is that it's a natural antibiotic. So anytime I have any kind of mucousy thing happening, or congestion, or something with a sinus, or something in my lungs, I will start taking this, and it clears it up so quickly. So this is one that I'm very impressed with, and I really suggest that everybody keeps this in their medicine cabinet. Or take it daily when you want to have some prevention. So again, though, quality determines results. There's a variety of different processes to choose from. So all of the labels might look the same, but it's how they process it that impacts the results. So there's garlic oil capsules that are affected by heat. There's crushed, freeze-dried, powdered garlic, aged, odorless garlic. But Shaklee does a special process that is cool-dried. It's dried with cool air for about 30 minutes. It keeps the active ingredients of the garlic potent, and it's just really it's really effective that way. So again, how you process the garlic will impact your results. Vitamin C is also getting a lot of attention right now, and that is another one that I really highly recommend that people just take higher amounts of vitamin C right now. Vitamin C empowers the immune system. Each vitamin C tablet from Shaklee delivers a vitamin C of equivalent to if you're eating 1.5 oranges every hour for 5 hours. So it gives you a lot of vitamin C. Now, what is the Shaklee difference here? Shaklee doesn't just put ascorbic acid in the tablets. Since natural vitamin C is usually found in foods with other related factors, Shaklee mimics nature. They're always doing things in harmony with nature by adding other natural ingredients to the natural source of vitamin C, such as bioflavonoids, hesperidin, and rosehips powder. Shaklee Vitamin C is also the first sustained release vitamin C supplement to use all natural gums and waxes to release pure protective vitamin C gently and continuously. Now, the polysaccharides, the Shaklee Nutriferon. So we talked about interferon, and so that was discovered in 1954 by the renowned immunologist, Dr. Kojima. So Dr. Kojima, he discovered interferon. And again, as I mentioned before, interferon is made in the core of a healthy cell, and it's made to protect the RNA and the DNA. And it's also sent out into the bloodstream to increase the speed and the number of the white blood cells. So basically, it's telling your immune system, get going. So interferon is so potent that pharmaceutical companies produce it artificially, and it's successfully used to treat HIV, hepatitis, and various kinds of cancer. But the genetically engineered interferon is expensive, very expensive, and it comes with a lot of side effects, like these type of side effects here. Dr. Kojima saw the toxicity of the genetically engineered interferon, and he set out to find a way to support the body's production of interferon naturally. He and his colleagues spent the next 40 years testing over 200 natural herbal extracts to perfect what we now have as Nutriferon. So he created the blend, and he put it in Nutriferon, and thankfully it happened at a time that that Shaklee was able to get that complex and that product and patent it, and it's exclusively available only through Shaklee. So he isolated 4 key natural compounds that increase the body's natural production of interferon. So those ingredients are pumpkin seed, safflower oil, plantain seed, and Japanese honeysuckle flower bud. So it sounds very strange, but that's what works. These are 4 key herbal extracts that contain bioactive polysaccharides, and they're safe and natural, and it gives us really great results for boosting your body's natural interferon. It is intended for everyday use, so you don't use this just when you feel like you're going to get sick. This is something you use all the time. It's really good for people dealing with severe allergies or immune issue. If you have a compromised immune system, it's very good to use this. And also, if you just want to boost your immune system's strength and ability to respond quickly, this is something that you want to use daily. So those are the 5 different different areas that I would give extra attention to on top of the basic foundation of my protein and my multi. Those are the 5 areas right here that you really want to focus on. Now, doing all of those things, you know, it's not going to guarantee that you will never ever get sick. So you still might have something, some germ or virus or something come and attack you, and you want to just quickly give your immune system a boost, just a quick, you know, bit of help. So this is one of my favorites for that. This is the Vitalized Immunity, and 1 tablet in a little bit of water, and you let it dissolve and you drink. It's just a fizzy vitamin C drink. It's excellent. But 1 tablet is equivalent to eating 16 oranges, and it really helps just to give your immune system a quick boost. So this is a great thing to have in your purse or have on hand. If somebody sneezes on you or something, then just quickly down some of this and give your immune system a quick boost so that you can fight it off better. Something else that I always keep in my medicine cabinet is the Defend and Resist complex. That's the Echinacea complex with black elderberry, larch tree, and extra zinc. Zinc is not something that I mentioned earlier, but zinc is also something, especially if you have white spots on your nails, make sure you're taking extra zinc and optimizing your zinc levels, because zinc is very important for energy, very important for over 200 enzyme reactions in your body, and it's very important for your immune system. So make sure your zinc levels are high enough as well. And then I also have this Get Well, Be Well tea recipe, and there's a few different things here that we suggest. If anyone wants to have that handout, I'd be glad to, or just message me and I'd be glad to send it out to you. So these are the different things that we keep in our medicine cabinet. For sure, the garlic, the Defend and Resist, and the Vitalized Immunity. Those are all things that we keep on hand. One more thing that we use if anyone here gets sick, then instead of using Pedialyte or Gatorade, it's very important to help kids, help seniors, anyone who is sick, help them not become dehydrated. So they have to stay well hydrated, but they're not going to be able to drink a lot of water. So by adding electrolytes to their water, you will help them use their water better. So if that makes, I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but basically it's going to help your body use up the water and absorb the water better if you're adding electrolytes to your water. So what we choose to use is the Performance, the Hydrate Plus, and it works great. It's a great natural alternative to Gatorade and Pedialyte. So, and again, you've heard me talk a lot about different Shaklee products, and the one main reason why I trust them is because I know for sure that quality determines results. And I know that what is on their label, I can trust that's what's in their bottle without any contamination. And I can also trust that it's going to be something my body can actually absorb and utilize properly. I also really trust them because they have the same philosophy that I do of starting with the foundation first, giving your body the raw materials first. So Shaklee's promise is that they will always do everything in harmony with nature. They provide a healthier life for everyone and a better life for anyone. And the other thing I love about this is that over 100 years ago, Dr. Shaklee made the first multiple vitamin in the United States. They've always been a pioneer. They've never been followers. They've always been at the forefront. So they're really well known for their research. They're really well known for the quality. It's just, if I was to put my trust in any company, again, I know there's a lot of other good companies out there, but for me, I'm going to put my trust in this company right here because I know I love their philosophy and I know that their quality is guaranteed. So there's a lot of different suggestions here. I always say to people, if you don't know where to start, then ask the person that shared this with you for your HealthPrint link and just do your own personalized health assessment. They can walk you through the results and they can help give you personalized recommendations that would suit your health and your needs and your budget as well. So let's all get out there and build wellness rather than treating disease. Again, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So let's really work hard at living each day and living it well. We are here for you. My goal is to help you live each day and live it well, and not to be dealing with always having to be reactive when you are sick and dealing with a crisis. We really want to try and, deal with building health instead of always treating disease. So our goal is to, again, build wellness. So thank you so much for listening. I hope that this was very helpful for you, and please share with anyone else who might need the information.